Tucson is losing its most experienced police and firefighters in the next few months.
It's the result of some special retirement incentives designed to be good for the city and usually called the DROP. It stands for Deferred Retirement Option Plan. But does the DROP make financial sense and make sense for your safety? Well, we asked 9 Your Side's Craig Smith to investigate.
To keep you safe and stay safe themselves, police depend on much more than what they learned in the academy. They depend on experience learned through years on the street. But last week, with speeches, plaques, and heartfelt hugs, years of hard-earned, priceless experience walked out of the Tucson Police Department. Many of the officers put off retiring for 5 years to benefit from a special program called the DROP. But the program requirements have a lot of experience leaving almost all at once, including Assistant Chief Kathleen Robinson.
Almost 32 years is done, and it's pretty amazing. It's been a great career.
In the last 2 years, incentives from the DROP prompted about 60 officers to retire. Retirements expected in the next 5 years include 27 experienced officers, 17 detectives, 10 sergeants, 6 lieutenants, 5 captains, 1 deputy chief, and the chief, Roberto Villasenor. He's retiring at the end of the year.
Obviously, when you lose this much experience, you can't replace experience. But we were dealt this, and we had to deal with it, and we did the best we could.
Chief Villasenor says to ensure public safety and prepare TPD's new leaders, the department has reworked assignments to quickly give incoming commanders a wider range of experience. But why is the incentive so strong to lead so many experienced officers to take off their badges now?
Here's how DROP can save the city a lot of money. Normally, the city and the worker pay into that pension fund. That can cost the city millions. Under DROP, the worker postpones retirement for 5 years, and the worker and the city get to keep those contributions. What the worker would have received as pension payments stays in the bank and collects interest at a sweet rate. Right now, the rate is over 7.8%. At retirement, that money comes out as a lump sum, much bigger than it would have been under a normal pension.
City Budget Director Joyce Garland says the city saves a lot when the DROP lets it avoid paying into the pension system.
So, for example, for fiscal year 15, the city's rate for police commissioned officers was 48.59%. So every dollar that they earned, the city pays 48% of that to the pension.
For the city, the savings on police retirements comes to almost $5 million over 3 years so far. For Chief Villasenor and many officers, an even bigger incentive was to lock in better retiree health benefits. Later retirees will face big cuts. But for your safety, police are reorganizing to make the most of the many experienced officers staying on. Police are still stretched and understaffed. Even with aggressive recruiting, losses from the DROP will keep TPD under strength.
We have 950 people. We're going to maintain close to that staffing over the next year or so. We probably would have gotten up to our 1,002 authorized if it wasn't for this DROP.
And the chief says retirements may attract talented new officers who see vacancies near the top will give them more chance to advance. Craig Smith, KGUN-9, Your Side.